In the studio here. Mike Tannenbaum is with us, our general manager. We gave him the assignment of figuring out. Shefty told me the other day, we're going to have more trades leading up to the trade deadline than we are generally accustomed to. So I asked Mike to put together some trades. We've already, obviously, Joe Flacco got traded and he's starting this week, which is ridiculous. But that's a whole other topic for a whole other time. But just for one quick note, because if I'm maybe the Giants fans are waking up this morning and thinking we're not giving them enough credit. We've been heavily on the Eagles this morning. My friend Michael Book, who is a crazy Giant fan, texts me, the Giants are a 64-yard field goal with no time remaining against the Cowboys away from being 3-3. Yep. We need to be giving them a little bit more love than we are giving them. So I just wanted to throw that out there. The Giants, when they've been bad, what is the little girl with the curl? When they're bad, they're very, very bad. But when they're good, they're actually pretty good, right? These guys don't.
What girl is that?
I don't know. Am I getting that wrong? It is an expression,
they're
right?
Fun and they're promising and they have good players. Like that defensive front is for real.
Okay, so that's the Giants side of it. Mike T, we have been talking about the Eagles side of it. You're watching last night through a general manager's lens. If you were to put your fingers on the biggest problems with the Eagles right now, what are they?
Yeah, it's that defensive line of the Giants taking advantage of the Philadelphia offensive line. Landon Dickerson was out, and Toth came in, and he was poor at left guard. And then depth at the corner position. When Quinton Mitchell went out, and it was Kaylee Ringo on one side, Adoree Jackson on the other, Greeny, you saw Jackson Dart throw the ball confidently.
So that's the point maybe here, is that the Eagles, as they lose pieces, suddenly they have these vulnerabilities that they generally didn't have last year. So let's put Mike to work at what we asked him to do, and we'll start with the Eagles. Is there a trade? All of a sudden we saw they're like sliding in the odds and everything else. Is there a trade they could make you think would help them?
Greedy, they should trade for David Njoku, tight end from the Cleveland Browns, for a fourth-round pick. And when you look at the Eagles, when we talk about that offensive line, where does it manifest itself? They are 27th in the NFL on third down conversion, and they are 22nd in explosive play rate. David Njoku, the one thing he can do, he can make plays. 371 catches in his career, 31 touchdowns. He would help fix this Eagle offense.
You like it?
No, I don't like it because Dallas Goedert had a good game last night, and he's still on the Philadelphia Eagles. So why am I trading for another tight end, and I'm having issues in my secondary?
Well, I would just tell you, like, they need another weapon right now, and maybe going 12 personnel with two tight ends.
No, Mike T. They don't need another weapon.
Get the ball of weapons
they need to figure out the identity of the offense. They don't need another weapon. They have weapons galore.
So are you telling me, if I'm reading what you're saying, you're telling me the identity of the offense should be to have multiple tight ends on the field and play a little more power and try and find those mismatches?
Absolutely, Greeny. And that versatility, if you have David Njoku and Dallas Goedert with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and Saquon, that's about as
But they already seem to have like an embarrassment of riches at the skill position player. My question is, when you see A.J. Brown in the locker room last night, and clearly they have a meeting amongst the three leaders on that team, and now the way he's acting, the stuff that's going on there, as a general manager, do you feel like you've got a mess on your hands, whether you go out and trade for somebody else or not?
I bring him in and just say, hey, our interests are aligned, AJ. You can help us win games, but we have to do it within the flow of the offense. It may be 5 touches in the first quarter. It may be 5 in the fourth quarter. We won a championship last year. You're a meaningful part of it, and you have to close the door and air out your grievances and solve problems. You have a mini bye. Now's the time to do it, Greeny.
Okay, so as is usually the case, the GM makes a deal and the players are disgruntled. So we don't like the first one. Give me the next one. What is the next trade you are proposing today, Trader Mike?
Breece Hall for a 4th-round pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. Greeny, you may not know this.
Yeah.
The Jets are off to a slow start. He's in the last year of his contract. I don't know if he's going to be extended. If we're rebuilding, Greeny, don't we want another draft choice? And if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, this guy is an explosive playmaker. This is desperately what the Chiefs need. So why not, if you're the Jets, Greeny, why would you not want to do this?
I don't want to do anything if I'm the Jets at this point. I want to stop paying attention to what they're doing. No, it does seem obvious they're going to trade Breece Hall. Right? There's no reason to keep him. At this point, this is a team that needs to start breaking it down. Yeah. The tragedy of the Jets, if I may have 1 second on this and then we'll move off of it, is that they're not nearly bad enough to be this bad. The Jets have much more talent than they have played. That's what I posted last week that people generally misinterpreted when I said they're nowhere near the worst team in the NFL. They just play like it. The problem is they're playing so badly that they will now start tearing it down before they build it up. And frankly, Breece Hall and the Chiefs would be spectacular.
Yeah, but I also don't like this trade. They drafted a guy by the name of Brashard Smith, who has a unique skill set. He can run the football, he can catch the football out of the backfield, and you see every week Andy Reid is incorporating him in the offense more and more.
We're going to have him.
He's a specific kind of player for them, though, right? I mean, this would be to replace Pacheco, who's not getting it done right now. Like, that would be kind of the...
We're going to have a
like
players-only meeting between Tannenbaum and Harry at some point here. Okay, you're 0 for 2 as far as Harry is concerned. Give me one more big trade.
All right, this one's a no-brainer. Max Crosby for a second and a fourth-round pick to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, guys, by the way, haven't had Emeka Egbuka, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin together. Championship offense. We know how great Matt Crosby is. He's only 28 years old. And again, we know the Raiders are not going anywhere this year, guys. So they can rebuild. 2 good picks. And if you're the Bucs, let's go for it right now.
What do you think about this one, Jay?
Finally, I got you, Mike T. I love this one. If you're trading for defensive players that can change the entire game, we're seeing highlights from this Bears game. Max Crosby was all over the field. Get him out of Las Vegas and get him on a team that can win some games. I like it, Mike T.
I guess my only question on this is there was a time when Myles Garrett was getting traded last offseason, and we were talking about multiple firsts and all that kind of stuff. Max Crosby would only get you a second and a fourth?
Well, the durability is a little bit of an issue. So if I'm the Raiders, I'm trying to get... Well, yeah. But if I'm the Buccaneers, I would pay the premium. And if I'm the Raiders, it's better than nothing.
I like this.
Trader Mike making deals. You finally got Harry on your side, so how wrong one way of running their offense?
So maybe Jalen Hurts is not comfortable doing other things. And that's probably something that they're holding back from stating to the public, because it's unconventional, in my opinion, and in a league that hires people just to find tendencies of their opponent, you cannot be this predictable. It's hurting the Philadelphia Eagles. This offense is predictable, and it's inexcusable when you have a Dallas Goedert, a A.J. Brown, a Devontae Smith, a Saquon Barkley, and a Jalen Hurts. It should not be this way, but I agree with J-Mac. It might be something behind the scenes that they know that they aren't saying to the public when it comes to their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and what he doesn't feel comfortable doing from an offensive standpoint.
I will also say this. During the shotgun a ton, yes. But it comes to your execution out of the shotgun. You can still run play action and have the fake be in Saquon Barkley's chest before you pull it. We've seen teams operate. I think to what you're saying, if I'm on defense and I know you're going to be in the shotgun 90% of the time, now I need to dive into it. What are you doing out of the shotgun? Are you not running the ball? I think if they're going to operate that way, you still have to find a way to tie things together within the offense. It's not just the fact that they're losing because they're in the shotgun all the time. It's the offense that they're not executing while being in that formation.
I'm glad you said it that way, because that's really the point I'm trying to make. That's not the reason they're losing, but it suggests that there are things that they either can't or won't do. Well, that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom.
Here's another component to it, right? We have to remember, Kevin Patullo is a first-time hit play caller.
Right. Yeah.
And that's so difficult in itself. And then when you have so many alpha males on offense, but you have to mirror plays together. I just highlighted last week Josh McDaniels and what he's doing in New England and how he's mirroring plays together, but he's a guy who's done it time and time again. That's not Kevin Patullo. So in itself, it's going to be harder for him.
Can I also say this real quick? For the quarterback, if I'm Jalen Hurts, when I'm in the shotgun and I'm faking or whatever I'm doing, I can have my eyes on the defense the entire time.
Right.
And I can see what they're doing. When you're a quarterback and you go under center and we now want to go play action, I now have to turn my entire back